Sheesh. Damn. Kitty just won't listen, man. Alright. How's it going, folks? And been at this for a while now. Well, working with my new tool, I've realized maybe there's one more thing I want to add to it to improve it a little bit, but it's not entirely necessary. So I mean, it's working. You know, I've been populating prefabs and then populating the categories. And I got a new reroll button where I can randomize the assets. I've got a few variations in there. Two categories that I was testing. So now I've got the patio furniture, and that'll randomize either by hand or as I place in the level. So you can see here, I can place that one. And sometimes, you know, the randomization, well, it's as good as it's going to get. I mean, some are going to get repeated every now and then, but it works. You know, that's the idea, is getting the randomization there. But right now, I'm building more assets for like warehouse clutter, good stuff like that. And actually, shoot, I closed the widget by accident. Let's bring that back up. It's really just, you know what, let me put this in here just to simplify this. There we go, outliner widget. Let's get up in here to see what I'm putting together. What I meant by the next improvement is I'm building them in an empty level, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I should just have it place the pivot at the center of the placement actor rather than the first selected mesh. I mean, it's not a big deal. The only problem with creating it the way I'm doing it now is, as you can see here, is the pivot is off. It's just a me thing. It's just, I'm anal about stuff like that. The only problem with this is just like, yeah, it's, you know, the pivot's off center, and I have to kind of place it by hand if I have to make any adjustments, which isn't really too much. I don't think it's a big deal because even when I spawn the asset, oh, okay, it switched. Okay, it's supposed to do that. Anyways, it's still individual objects with the pivot in the right position, so it's not a big deal. Like, I need to just get over that. I think the tool is it's as good as it's gonna get. It does its job. It doesn't need any more improvements. At some point, you got to stop petting something to death and just get to fucking work, man. And I think it's as good as it can be for what I'm doing. Okay, now we got that stack of boxes. Let's give it a name. It's going to be, where are we at? 06, so this is going to be 07. Create. It's got everything I needed in there. Excellent. And let's see. Let's get rid of these. And then maybe throw one of these. You know, get some like clutter on these boxes, like somebody's been opening shit up. See, I hate it when it doesn't align. I have to repress end. Line to floor. Still doesn't want to do it. Unreal. And all of its wonderful quirks. This mic is on though, right? Check, check. Yeah, okay. Or maybe, you know what? I'll take that one out of the way and then put this one down here. Not that it matches with the others, but Let's do something different with this. Since it doesn't want to snap, I'll just place it by hand. That's a little better. All right, so always, you know, I'm gonna have to select the bottom. And list. Let's make sure I have all of them selected. Yep. This one will be 8. Yes. 08. Create from selection. There it is. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of this one. Don't delete it though. 0. Right over here. Lines up. No, I have other boxes too. I don't know why they're not in the list. This one will be 09. Selection, there we go. And this is just like, you know, when you start putting in, you know, clutter like this, at least you only build it once or put it together or arrange it, whatever you want to call it, one time. And you can just place them into the level. You don't have to worry about doing this one at a time for every instance of clutter. You know, you just spend some time creating clutter assets like this. And the rest is just placing it, man. You don't have to do this in the level while you're working, wasting time. I mean, I'm doing it here, but like again, I'm only doing it once. So another one that's 10. And rid of that. Now we'll go to, I want to start adding these as I go along so I can test it. How many more did I make? Okay, 6, 7, 10. Then you have to populate the array. I should probably change directories for these. Because right now, man, I'm thinking of, yeah, I think I should just make it an extra step in here. But right now I have them, when they're created by the widget, they're placed into this folder. But I should have subfolders in here that I can drag and drop them in so that they're broken up into categories. So I don't have to go looking through that huge drop down, unless it's still going to do it. I don't know if it references that particular folder or every existing DA prefab. But anyhow, let's go to the tool over here. Get some re-rolls, and there you go. Yeah, we have more variations of that as we're building. And you know, there's been other tools I've seen, other ways of accomplishing this, where you actually have, like, I guess, different arrangements, and you can swap out meshes or actors. Like, you know, instead of having this box here, it'll swap that box out for a different kind of box. But it was gonna get messy. Like, I figured, you know what, let's just simplify this. You know, it's not something that's gonna make or break the game. It's just something to populate the level with detail. You know, I can always place extra actors by hand if I have to give it a little more variation, but something to start with. And right now I think I'm on a good roll. Let's get some more stuff in here. Let's see. These boxes, I don't think I have anything made out of these boxes yet. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it. At least a stack of these boxes. And, you know, I can do either 20 or just 10 variations. So far I've got 10 variations. Let's make this one higher, maybe. And up here, that'll be 11. I think 20 is a good amount to shoot for each theme I'm going to create. Let's get rid of that. Maybe take this one, stack it on top of these. That's a pretty big ass box. You know what? There we go. I like that better. And name it 12. Oops, not 123. Create. Okay, let's do it like that. Let's get that one first. $13. I need to go back and reselect them just to make sure I get a bottom asset that's aligned with what would be the floor. So I did make a mistake a while ago where the pivot point ended up here because I picked the top first. That's what I don't want, which is why I'm thinking I should have it so that it's setting world 0 right here as the center, but I don't know if that'll create any other shit I'm gonna have to fix down the line because it's gonna start to bug out. I figure don't complicate things for me and try to just focus on getting this work done and not complicate the tool too much. I think right now the tool is good enough to where it's going to get the job done and I don't have to worry about anything. All right, let's get other clutter in here. Probably going to be more than 20 variations of warehouse clutter. Let's bring in this drum of water. Damn it. 14. This one will be 15. Create. I ran into a bug yesterday, which was kind of bad because it set me back a bit. I think that's good enough. Like if I stamp this into a level, I could always, you know, add variation by deleting drums. I don't know if it's a smart idea to stack these. Let's see. Is that something that's done? Do they stack these in real life? I mean, maybe they do. Let's do it anyways. So it was 15, now 16. Create. Excellent. The same thing with these guys. $17. Start with that one. Hopefully I'm getting the pivots right. Let's bring in something else. Bring in some of these. Put some boxes on this guy. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, no, let's not use this one. Let's get this one going. Team. $20. $21. Damn, that last one where I stacked them, I might have to recreate that. Shit. They don't, these don't really plop right on top of one another exactly. Leaves a gap. Carajo. Garaggio. Fuck. Now I have to look at that. All right, let's get the rest of these into the category. So we're up to like what? 21. I think it's 20. Let's go. Add these in. Right. 11, 12. Quick. Prefab actor tool and reroll. Pretty sure it's 20. I'll just select it by hand instead of... Oh, actually, I didn't do it. Okay. So it wasn't stacked? I did stack it. What's 21? Okay, so 21 is the one I'm looking for. Yeah, this one's fine. It's fine. It stacked on top of one. I guess it's because these are offset from like those areas. So it was still floating. I think I'll be fine. All right. It's still good. All right, so I'll select that. Go to the widget. This will be 22. Create. Yeah, that one's stacked nicely. Yep. It's 22, now 23. Select it again, make sure it's right. I think that's enough for those. Maybe I'll get this one. Stuck it on top of that one. $24. Just hope I don't get that same bug again. I mean, I fixed it. I think I found the problem yesterday. Because what it did is, for some reason, I committed everything. Everything was cool. You know, I had prefabs made. Committed them to the project. Called it a day. Came back yesterday after going to my dentist appointment. And for some reason, all the prefab actors had the same actor in them, and it deleted everything else I had assigned to it, which is weird. So I'm looking through the graph. I'm like, okay, what the fuck did I do wrong? You know, and there were a few things that were disconnected. Everything seemed to have been functioning right, but there were a few nodes that were disconnected and routed in the wrong direction that I had to reroute. and I had to get rid of a lot of, I guess, what they consider dead code that wasn't being used in the tool, and it started working again. And I came back today, still working, so that's good. And now I'm going crazy making free prefabs. And let's see. Let's bring this over. Let's make some bigger groups of prefabs here. Come on now. Oh, it zeroes everything out. Okay. So just select it. Turn on angle snap for the turning. Okay. Double click in the field and it doesn't select everything. Fix. Selected. Am I at 27? Big ass stack of pallets. That should be fine. 28. It's 28, right? So far, that category has 21 entries, and I'm up to 28 right now. Let's get it to 30, and we'll wrap it up for the warehouse stuff. Probably other variations I could have done, but I think for now, that will suffice. Well, there are other assets I could probably throw into this, but I want to separate regular warehouse shit like this from like military items like weapons crates, ammo boxes, and all that other good stuff. That was the whole purpose of having the categories. Let's see. I think I've gotten all the warehousey stuff put in there. Do I have this one? Yes, I think I do. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yep. Let's see. I had other bigger stacks of pallets too. I think I still need to make the physics objects for those. Same with the garbage. Let's see. Let's navigate to where these boxes are. I know we've got more. Yeah, see, we've got a hell of a lot more variations of boxes. But this I can put into the garbage. I mean, even for warehouse stuff, I can have warehouse garbage. See, like, for example, I have these right now, which aren't going to cut it anymore. Now that we have physics with the objects in the game, like, vehicles can just run through these uh, arrangements of assets and knock them out of the way. The only problem with this current asset that we have in the game right now is that it's all one object. So when the cars run into this, it's going to look so stupid because it's going to tumble around in one big piece and it's just going to look goofy as hell, which is why I wanted to create that prefab. Well, I created that prefab placement tool so that it drops these objects into the level as separate physics objects so that when vehicles run through these stacks of garbage and all that good stuff, you're going to see objects getting knocked in different directions. It's all going to just dissipate and it's going to look better rather than having, this whole block of static mesh just tumble around well put together the way it looks. It looks bad right now. So that's why I made this tool so I can create these prefabs and drop them into the level in place of what we have right now. So I will be working on a garbage clutter prefab category next. I'm going to have to turn these into physics objects because I think we only have this one in there right now. And there are other variations of garbage can that we had in there. but they're merged. Yeah, see. That's not good. Oh, that's another thing too. I'm not going to be able to do that because here's the thing with that. This is all one collision. So I don't know how it's going to act. I might have to rebuild the collision then. Not desirable, but it might be a good idea to kind of make it so that it's a container rather than just a box. That way, if I have garbage, or if I place garbage in there and it gets hit, garbage inside will spill out. Is at the current moment with this collision, I think it's gonna hold on to that garbage, even if they're separate objects, it'll probably like bug out and start flinging stuff everywhere, which might look cool, but probably not the desired effect. Know what I mean? That's something to think on. I mean, all I would have to do is, build the collision differently. Make it like what? One, two, three, four, five collision meshes. One for the bottom and one for each side of the garbage dump. That way, anything I place in there is still going to be able to exit the top when it gets hit. But do we really want to go that crazy? I mean, maybe just have a... Oh, that's another thing. The closed garbage dumps with the lids on it. Now, damn. Something to think about. Because we do have a static mesh with the separate garbage dump, and then the dump lids are separate. So if I turn the lids into a physics object that we place on top of it and it gets hit, maybe that'll look even better. These are the pallets. Same thing with these pallets though. Like maybe I should be stacking it by hand. Like take the existing one right now, like this one. Stack it. See, I can take this, copy, drop, copy, drop, copy, drop, copy, and then just, go crazy with it. I have this variation. And if I really want to, I could turn the snap off and then just kind of tweak. No, I'll leave that one. That one's fine. Tweak every other one just a little bit, so it doesn't look too perfect. And then start from the bottom. Work my way up, selecting. There we go. Let's head back to the prefab folder. Damn, so maybe I should get rid of this stack, because that's just gonna look goofy as fuck when it gets hit. Alright, yeah. At least this way. It's 29. When this gets hit, you're going to see each pallet fly in different directions, or just kind of spread out. That's a better approach to that, rather than having an entire stupid looking stack that's just going to tumble around all in one piece. So this was a bad idea. And I'm thinking maybe even the ones with the tarp aren't a good idea, because we don't really have any like cloth physics. And when you hit that, it's gonna look weird. Okay. So I'll take that one out. Let's get rid of these two. This is fine. I mean, we're gonna have destruction animations at one point. You know, like as I think currently right now when you hit these things, this guy, get out of here. They just kind of disappear. You know, it's pretty gamey. And I suggested, you know, we could do like a particle system. Just like a generic dust particle system with different variations of like concrete or wood or stuff flying around. So that the object sort of kind of vanishes into it. When the debris particle system clears, the object is gone. You know, it doesn't have to be super accurate physics where the object just breaks apart, although that might be cool. Not exactly performant. You know, you could, like I said, you could always do like a particle system that is triggered when you hit this object, and once the smoke clears, it's gone. You know, something simple. Which is, I'm trying to make it as good looking as possible right now. With these, I'm not too worried because these are stamped in individually. It's just other stuff like, you know, stuff that has tarps on it. Because the cloth just isn't going to work well with it. So I'm going to skim through these. Start with 29. Wait, what? Oops. Okay, that's 29. That's fine. I'll keep that one. Wait, that's 21. Why did it pick 21? Okay, that's 29. 28. Wait, that's not 28. That's 28. Why is it picking random ones? Okay, that's what's going on. I need to turn off category. That's 29. 28. Okay, 28 is getting cleared. So let's bring up that category. 28 hasn't been included yet. Two, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30. All right. Yeah, that's 26. That's why I wasn't choosing it. It wasn't in the category yet. Okay, so 29 is fine. 28. Yeah, clear 28. So clear that slot. Let's go to 27. I mean, maybe it won't be too bad. $28 definitely needs to go though. But I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, remove this one. 27 goes to. I'm gonna have to redo that one. 26 as well. 25, that one too. That one definitely. 24 as well. 23 is fine. 22 is fine. 21. Okay, those are fine. Let's go back. Let's save the prefab category real quick. So I'm going to have to redo 24 through 28. Let's head back in here. Got the widget. Let's do 30 first. Let's stack this bad boy up higher. So do top view and select. Wait, no, I have to select from the bottom. That's right. I got everything. Yep. And save this one as 29. No, not 29, 30. Now the only pain in the ass part about this is having to select everything. Something like that. Where'd the other one go? It is. And again, if I want to give it any further variation, this arrangement, once it's stamped in the level, I can either delete some of these to lower the stacks or some of the other assets that I throw into it. Let's make sure none of this is floating. Make sure it looks good. Looks decent. Don't want it clipping too much either. Just want it to look reasonable. How's this here? You know what? Just a bit. That'll do, pig. So I'm going to start with this one. Top view, control, shift select those. Damn, that's the thing though. Let's just select it like this. Palettes. crawling around. I think that's good. I'm going to replace this into... Let's start it with 24. So yeah, in this tool, I'm going to choose Prefab Warehouse Clutter 24. And then create. Now let's see if it replaces that. Go in here. Add 24. Save. Over to the picker. Excellent. Let's move these aside. Put this one in. Maybe bring in this. Yeah, okay. Like that one. I think this is good enough for now. Why is it picking that one? God damn it. So I have to do it this way, huh? There it is. So we'll redo that one as 25. Check, that looks good. Go in here, plug 25 back into the category. Okay, yeah, looks good. Let's go over to the placement asset, select 25, and voila. Okay, we got 3 more to recreate, right? Let me check another one right here, number 30. Okay, that one's great. 29 is a smaller stack, okay. Let's get rid of these pallets. 11. And that's going to be 26. That's in. Let's reconnect 26. Save, check it in the placement actor. That looks good. Two more. Let's get rid of these. Let's move that out of the way. One box didn't have in here, this one. Gonna include this bad boy in more of these variations, even though it's got quite a bit of its own. Should be at 0. Let's make this a strictly box setup. Let's put this one lower. Bring one of these up. Let's get rid of that one. That's a little better. Give it more of a chaotic look, not too well organized. Should be fine, unless we have a gap in there. Nah, it's fine that way. Okay. It's a nice cluster of boxes. That will be prefab 27. So I'm going to replace what's already in there. Let's reconnect it to the category. Save and check it in the placer. All right. these out of the way. And we're intersecting. I'm like, fuck, I gotta do those over again. Let's move one of these over here. Right, this one will be 28. Back into that. Save. Check it out here in the picker. And it looks good. It's just weird how that one came out fine, but this one came out a little weird. Like, sort of turned the other way. Okay, I think that's good for the warehouse clutter category. I mean, we've got some pretty good arrangements that we can plop into the map and then just modify. Just to add a little more variation. Don't need to go too crazy with it. I think we're good. I'm gonna save this one, with the next batch of clutter I'm gonna be working out. Maybe I'll keep pallets in here too. But let's get rid of the rest of this. Let's go check this out real quick. And then of course, construction or job site clutter. But let's do garbage next. Garbage clutter. All right. Let's throw that in there. Let's go to the folder that has these assets. Bring out some more of these boxes. Wait, no. I need to make physics actors for those. So let's go to this real quick. See, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 8 more variations of that one. Actually, let me open these all up. Get a look at these. So yeah, they look like boxes that would go in the garbage, no? Oh, raggedy and messed up. Yeah, we're good. It's all trash. So I need to make physics actors. Physics actors. I need some water. Physics actors out of them. So let's go to that blueprint and we'll just duplicate it. So this one's cardboard box of 2. Okay. So duplicate that bad boy. And this one will be box 02. Uh-oh. It's choking. Here. Let's see. Damn. Okay, I'll have to pull some of these into the level. Let's see real quick. Let's bring that in. Copy. Paste into this guy. And go back to that folder. Got the new variation there. That one's done. Let's delete that out of there. Next. I don't know why. Let's see. Does it let me? Let's try it. File save. This next one is box 03, so duplicate. It's box 03. This one's done. This one. Does it let me? Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, fuck it. I was copied from this. Open this bad boy up. Paste it into here. The removal cost is going to be the same, so I don't have to worry about that. Next is this guy. Copy. Duplicate. It is box 4, so we're good with the name. Bring it in here. Paste. And that's ready to go. Cardboard box on 1. Did I already have that one made? Shit. Was that already made? No, it's not the same one. Okay. So 1. All right, whatever. I'll just leave that as 5. Fuck it. Somebody screwed up on the naming conventions for that. One more again. This one's named Carton. Whatever, man. What's this one called? Box 01. This one's called Carton Box 3. Fucking naming conventions, man. What the hell happened? Oops. Wrong window. It's done. Let's drag these in here. This one's already there. Just come up here. Let's get some more trash objects in here. Ugh, what did I just do? Okay, there we go. So now find these garbage clutter objects, the old ones. Actually, let me go on the top view to drag these in. Hopefully they'll come in at the, yeah, Z0. I'm going to put them in here as reference because I want to recreate what I've got in these. That way I can delete these off the maps and replace them with the new garbage clutter stuff. Some trash bags. And I think that's it. So those are just in there for reference. Now I don't, fuck, I still need to think about what I'm going to do with that. I mean, it's just more things to add to the array, but I would have to recreate the collision for this in order for it to work properly. This is what we've got. It is. This is the current collision that's in there. Let's see, do we still have the dumpster lid? We should. Man, I don't think so. Shit. I mean, is it really necessary? I mean, I would definitely have to rework the collision if I want to put garbage in there and actually have it open like this. What happened to the one with the lid on it? I mean, it's still there, but I would need to create. Oh no, it is. Okay, it does have one. But where the hell is the lid? Let's see. Let's go to the job site, I think. Does that have the lid in it? Is that it? It looks like that's it. Shazam! Okay, let's drag that into the level, size it up to it, see if it is the right one, or if it will work. Okay. It looks like it'll work. I don't think it's the lid that belongs to this, but let's see what's on this one. It's a different lid, man. Let's do a search. Dumpster. Misspelled it. Yeah, it's the only cap in there. I mean, I don't know if it's for the sake of it looking good when it gets thrashed. You know, making that a separate part that's not only removable but a physical object would make it look better, right? Because like if a vehicle like a tank or a Cerberus just smashes into this thing, you see the cap fly off, or both caps fly off, and the garbage that's inside of it just fly all over the place as well. Do we really need to have that level of detail? I mean, a part of me says, yeah, but the fuck do we do? Um, hmm. I don't know what happened to its original lid, man. Because this isn't it. This ain't it. Dumpster. That's the same one we were looking at. Because I know this one didn't have it attached either. So I got that lid from somewhere. Let's just type in lid. Alright, what's this? No, that's not. Alright, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's not overcomplicate it. But I will rework the collision for that thing, for the empty one, at least. So I'll go back to the folder. Find the stock empty dumpster. And I can either build the collision here in Unreal or do it in Blender. And methinks I'm gonna do it in Blender. Let's see, what do I have here? Is in city prop. All right, I'm gonna have to go digging for the file. There it is. Oh, it's in a max file. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna start a new Blender file for that bad boy. What the hell happened to the lid for that one? Let's import bx. And this one's called what? Dumpster 01 base. What the fuck happened to the lid, man? Maybe it's. Let's see. It has to be in this folder. If I redid or optimize these assets, it should be in this folder. So I made it out of something. son of a bitch. It's not in here. There's dumpster 1, dumpster 1 base, dumpster big, dumpster small. No dumpster lid. I mean, I could always detach it from the other. Alright, let's throw them in a blender. Let's run this bad boy up the flagpole, see if it waves. So I'm going to bring in dumpster 1 and dumpster. Yeah, let's do that. Import. And of course, it brings them in super small. So I'm going to have to go over here to view. No, not view, item. Oh, it's here. Here we go. Here we go. There it is. And we've got the other one. I don't know why it imports them from Unreal at 0.01 scale. That's so idiotic. So, I mean, I could take that copy, separate, adjust the pivot, and re-import it to the engine. Of course, give it a collision. Re-import it to the engine. Make it a physics object. And then throw it onto the dumpster in the prefab. So that way, it's going to look weird though, because the lids snap off when you hit it. And that's not how it goes. You know, usually you want the lid to like fly open and still be attached to the dumpster. So you know what? No, I'm overcomplicating this. Let's just leave it stuck to the dumpster. It's an RTS. We don't need things to go that crazy. So for this, I'll delete that. And for this guy, I'm going to recreate the collisions. So I'll copy the name. Let's add a cube. Let's go in wireframe mode. And we'll start snapping this into place. Actually, no, let's do grid snap. I think it'll go, well, right about there. Let's go with solid, check it out. I think that's a good place. How low does it go? Up to like right there. Let's see how that looks. Okay, we're gonna do vertex. That's good. What? Okay. I think that'll work. Yeah, that should do it. Whoops. Let's bring this in some more. So next, I'm going to build up the walls around it. Copy that. Who knows if it'll work? I mean, I'm hoping it will. Let's bring it in. Copy again. Perspective is so fucked up in Unreal now. I mean, not Unreal, Blender. I used to automatically go into perspective mode when you went from orthodontic view to perspective. Now it's like you have to do some weird shit just to get it to work properly. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's keep going. All right, copy that again. This briefly. Copy that one and bring it over to this side. So now I can populate the inside of the dumpster with assets. And the idea is that those assets, when the dumpster is hit and flips over, they will spill out into the world. Let's see how far. Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's turn that one off again. Select these two, bring it into side view. I should do it so these two will be UCX collisions. UCX. B00. No way. It's O. And these will be UBX. Oops. Copy the name. Since these are perfect rectangular, cubic sort of boxes, or more rectangular, and the angles on their corners haven't been changed, they will be UBX. All right. It's parent. All right, now let's save this. Save as shit. It's in the wrong folder, isn't it? Yes, it is. Crap, did I, fuck. No, it's the right one. Okay. Cops. Dumpster. Dumpster 01 base. And I'm going to go over to, where is it? There it is. Turn that off. Pick the folder I'm going to go into. Should be the same material, right? I hope so. Okay. Export. And the material shouldn't have changed. It should be the same. I just hope Unreal doesn't fuck it up when I re-import. See what happens. Yeah, it's asking me, where's the material? I guess it shouldn't even get it wrong. There it is. With proper collisions for filling in that dumpster. Save that. Now I can do stuff like this where I put them in there and we'll see what happens when it gets hit by vehicles when it's in game. Okay. Next order of business is recreating these assets. So first up, I'm gonna wait, no, don't drag that one. Which one am I gonna look for? The blueprint. Go, nope, wrong one. There we go. So I need some of these in here, some trash bags. So this one. Guessing these are all blueprints, right? Yes. Bring this guy in. What else? Trash bags. There's the clippings bin. There's this feller. So now I have to duplicate this one. Just leave it at dumpster 2. Dumpster 1 base, actually. Dumpster 1 base. Open that up. That's just the cap. Space, paste. Bring it in. Oops, bringing in the wrong asset, bro. There it is. Okay, you got the recycle bin in there. Wait, why are there two? Didn't I just pull that one out? No, we're good, we're good. That's not the recycle bin, that's clippings. Yard clippings. So that one should already be in there. Just the brown bin. hell is this? A tire? Oh, okay. Thought it was like half a tire. That looked weird. Alright. I think that's everything as far as garbage goes. Alright. There's another thing here that I'm looking at. Okay, there we go. I thought I didn't make one of those. But that's going to be next. All the shipping yard stuff. I think as far as garbage, we're good. We're good. Everything is at 0. Let's grab these. Scooch them over here. First, I'll recreate this one. Wait up. First, copy this. Duplicate. Name it garbage prefabs. Open that up. Clear all that. Hopefully, shit. Okay. Just double check it. Okay, that's good. Okay, so that is ready to go. Let's bring this up. What have we got in here? A few trash bags. 4 of them. A few boxes stacked on top of them. So let's bring these bad boys in. First off, let's go over here. Type this into a garbage clutter underscore. Copy that. Throw in the 01. Let's get going with this. I want to place this on top. Do these even have collisions? Is the next question. I don't think they do. I mean, they should. Let's check it. Yeah, they do have collisions. Are they turned on, though? Yes, they are. Okay. Excellent. That means they'll get rocked. This thing gets hit. They're gonna fly everywhere. Next, I'll have that box, which is this one. You know what? I'm gonna throw this over here. box is that? That is this one. So you know what? It takes a while to do this. Yes. But in the end, once they're all created and I start populating the levels, it's a time saver. Then I won't have to do this in the level. And when it gets hit by a vehicle, it's going to look better. I don't know why it moved that, but let's do that again. Let's make sure everything is selected. DA garbage collector 01. Away. Okay. That one's done. Next. Now for this one. Be adding some boxes there. This one. That is this box. It's this. That's the open box, which is this one. Big bag on top of it. And then the gray garbage bag next to that. Ew, that one ended up in a bad place. Okay, let's go to K and align this with the ground right there. This will be number 2. Okay. Shazam, that one's done. Let's move on. Let's shuffle this shit around in here for a bit so it doesn't all look the same. Actually, let's put a different box in there. This guy. Leave that one in there. Let's take that out of there. Down. This one. Look at that. This guy goes in here. Bring it down just a little bit. Actually, let's go to side view. That should be good. And then, which box is that? Let's see. I think it's this one. Let's back this up a little more, and there's like one box inside of that one. Where is it? I think it's this one here. So I'll just copy that. Although, you know what? Bring this up, stack it, because then I'd have to rework the collisions for that box as well, and I don't want to do that. Not sure how it's going to react. Let's go to the outliner and see what we've got here. Okay. This one's gonna be number 4, I think, right? Where is it exporting these? Good Lord. Here we go. Okay, number 3. Shit. Delete. Bring the next one. This one's going to be a little easier. Closed container. Let's move that aside. Got garbage bags there. That can stay where it's at. So can that. And that. Act. Move this one to the side over here. This one can move over here. Where's this box at? I think I know where. Oh, it's right there, dumbass. I thought I deleted it. See, damn, it's already 7 o'clock. All right. Well, I mean, that's pretty much what's going into this right now, is just creating the prefabs so that I can focus on just populating the map and not have to worry about these tiny details. You know, all I have to do is do it once. That's it. Just arrange these assets once, and going forward, it's just a matter of placing them. I don't have to do this in the level. You know, we get a much better looking collision effect when vehicles run through this stuff. You know, instead of seeing one whole static, or yeah, static mesh basically, because it's a merged static mesh at the time. You know, like you can see right here. Instead of seeing this thing tumble around like this, all goofy like, you're gonna see this stuff just spread out into different directions. Now, granted, the dumpster is heavier than all these other objects because we also have these categorized by like light light obstacles, regular obstacles, and heavy obstacles. This is why I wanted to do this, so I don't have to place this stuff into the level individually to get it looking proper when something hits it. And San Francisco is a big map. So populating that bad boy is going to take a long time, and this workflow is just going to make that a lot easier. Okay, so this is garbage asset number 4, garbage clutter number 4, yes. So let's throw that in there, name it, create, there it is. Delete this one, bring in the other one. This dumpster back in. Stack a bunch of boxes up right there. Let's get these out of the way. Let's get this one. Scooch it on over here. This box over. Move these back in a little closer. Oops. And then drop this one on top. And side over here is fine. The only difference is we don't have this one in here anymore. It's just 3 bags on the ground laying next to the dumpster. Looks good. This is going to be number 5. Select all this good stuff. Just give it a quick nudge to make sure everything's selected. This is definitely number 5. 0, 5. Create. That's in. Get rid of that. And these are going to be smaller clusters, so we won't need that dumpster anymore. Let's just nudge it to the side here. I might use it for other variations. I'm going to make more than what I've got here. That way there's a greater variety of arrangements being placed. Okay, so there's going to be 2 of these. Wait. Get up against that bin a little closer. This one will go in here. That looks good. This one goes here. Scooch it away from that a little bit. Let's move these 2 over here. This one isn't part of this setup, so I'll move that aside as well. This one should come back. And 2 garbage bags right there. Okay, well, I'll be working on this for a while because there's a lot of stuff to prefabricate. I've already done quite a bit, but I'm going to do quite a lot more because I think I'm going to also insert the vehicles into this blueprint so that way I don't have to drag new ones in. Or I mean, the way I've been setting up the vehicles in the maps isn't too bad. But I think just using one actor to place everything is a better approach than copying them over from other parts of the map. But as I'm working, I'll figure out better ways of placing this stuff that is just quicker. I'm pretty sure eventually I'll end up putting the vehicles into it so I can randomize the vehicles that are in parking spaces where there are parking lots. And I'll split those up into like military vehicles, commercial, civilian. That way I can switch back and forth between what kind of vehicles I want to place. Right, and this one is going to be 6. That is 6, right? Yeah. Number 6 is ready to go. Let's get rid of that. also want to do one with pallets. Let's see here. Yeah, it's late. I need to take a break. I've been at it for a while. I'm going to be at it for a while more. I'm definitely going to do some more work later tonight after dinner. I want to get these created. That way I could just get back to the map, start placing assets wherever. I mean, I'm probably going to make new ones depending on uh, whether or not I want to make new ones. I might come up to some certain situations like um, campgrounds. There's a lot of campground assets in here as well that I might want to arrange into like a a campsite with like fire pits and oh shit, what did I just do? Oh, okay, that's the fucking category. I was like, it didn't populate it. All right. Yeah, if I go back here to the physics objects, we do have a lot of campground assets. Like, if I want to set up a, like in Golden Gate Park, let's say survivors were posting up and setting up camps there to like hide out or get away from the larger population or set up a fortification in that green area. There's a lot of like campground stuff like these mugs and the coffee mug or the coffee pitcher, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the coolers, the grill. Even have like a prefab where there's a fire pit in the center of these tents and arranges in a circle. Like I have stuff like that set up in other maps, but that was set up again by hand, placing one object at a time and then arranging it without really utilizing a tool like this, which will make it way easier because then I just have to move the placement actor into position, press spawn prefabs, and then move on to the next one. I don't have to drag or copy any kind of assets. At most I'll be deleting stuff. Like let's say, okay, this looks too close to the one I just laid down over here, so maybe I'll get rid of this tent or get rid of the fire pit or get rid of the picnic table they have there. Stuff like that. But yeah, that'll be done as it comes along. Right now, I just want to build up a decent library of these prefabs so that when I get to like, the dock areas, I have different, setups of crates and shipment stuff. And same thing with these. These like are more for like military bases. This stuff too, I'll have military clutter as well. Then, arrangements of like picnic tables where people have their grills set up or dinner placements or whatever the hell. But yeah, the good thing is I only have to do that once. And then I can just go into the map, spawn these in, and if I want to, delete certain items here and there to give it a little more variation, I can do that. But this process is time consuming as well, but I only have to do it once. As opposed to like if how we were doing it before, we were just placing this shit by hand into the level, and that was just way worse. But I mean, for me, it's fun. I like doing this kind of thing. Adding detail to the levels, just building levels is a good time. It's way funner than the work I was doing a month ago with the pathing. I had to do so much cleanup on that. Because we were having very bad pathing issues for ground units. And I did so much in the way of, testing and readjusting and trying to get the right settings to get the pathing not to suck so bad. It's like extra work that we have to do because I don't think Unreal was meant for building an RTS game, especially for the kind of thing we want to do. Let's see. Okay, this one, these two can come over. Let's move in here. Let's move this aside a little bit. No, that's going to change, so let's get that out of there. This trash bag can stay, and just move it a little further away from that bin so it doesn't clip too much. Next, let's see. Let's move this out of the way. This one can go up here. Let's get that out of the way. And again, I wanted to create something that was a little more procedural. Yeah, that's going to take a little more R&D on my behalf because I don't want to pull Dimitri or Derek from any of the other stuff they're doing. They're the guys who know how to build tools the best. I mean, well, better than I do, definitely, but I took a week to kind of delve into blueprinting a little more and was able to use AI to kind of guide me step by step through the process of building these tools, and it's been great. It's working. It's going to help in the long run, and I didn't have to go and ask my colleagues to, hey, can you build this for me? You know, I did it myself. I am the level designer. Anything involving level design, I should be the one that takes care of my needs. And if that involves learning something new, then so be it. Taking the time to do that is just going to be good for me, good for the team, good for the project. So I'm going to call it here. It's been a long day. It's going to be a longer evening, and got my work cut out for me. So if you enjoyed the stream, hit like, hit follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm a 3D modeler and level designer for Cepheus Protocol. It is a zombie survival RTS co-op sandbox. It's a mouthful. You can pick it up on Steam and the Epic Game Store. You can join our public Discord of the same name. Link up with other players, get some co-op games going, join us in some of the playtests that we have whenever we have them. Well, I mean, we have them quite often, really. And make new friends. It's a great game. We've been working really hard to make it a good game that people are going to enjoy for a long time. You know, it started out pretty rough around the edges. We got a lot of grief, but we kept hacking away at it, and we will continue to hack away at it because we're serious about game development. This is what we want to do for a living, and we don't want to fuck it up. So all I can say to the naysayers and the haters is like, look, man, have some faith in indie teams because this is what we want to do. There's no other way to live life other than making video games. And if we can turn that into a living, then great, you know? But anyways, my brain is fried. I need to take a break. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm here every Tuesdays and Thursdays. I can barely speak now. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday. I try to be on by 4, but that's not always the case because work is more important. And sometimes when I'm working, I lose track of time and I jump on late. So have a good night and see you on Tuesday.